I'm obviously white British. I was born and raised in England, Newcastle. Dad is technically Catholic. My mum is Protestant. My dad is an atheist. He's only Catholic by the fact that he was baptised. He doesn't believe, he doesn't practice, nothing like that. My mum, on the other hand, still doesn't practice, but I do believe that she believes there is a higher being and something out there. I think she just doesn't know what she believes, but she believes, I think she believes there's something out there. Because of my dad, you know, being an atheist, and my mum probably not knowing what she believed, religion in my house wasn't really spoke of. It was something that just wasn't mentioned. No one really was religious in my family. No one, you know, mentioned God or anything like that. However, I went to a Catholic primary school and a Catholic secondary school. I went to those schools because they were literally a stone throw away from my house. They were a 5-minute walk, and it was a case of like, this is the easiest place to put Laura, put her in there. So it wasn't even to do with religion or anything like that. It was generally just because it was close. In fact, my dad didn't even know my secondary school was a Catholic school until I had like nearly left. And I think everything that I learned from Christianity, I learned in school, because like I said, it wasn't spoken in my house, so I didn't ask questions in my house. In primary school, you know, being a kid, you take everything in, you're a little sponge. I believed everything, you know, and because I lived, I don't want to say a sheltered life, but it kind of was when it came to religion. I generally thought the only religion there is Christianity. That's all I knew. That was all I'd been taught, so of course I'm going to believe it. When I went to secondary school, although it was still a Catholic school, there was a lot more diversity. We had, you know, people of all different races and all different religions. That's when I met my first Muslim friends. Like, it was just like, what? Like, someone believes in something different? What the heck? Like, I didn't get it. So I didn't really, you know, ask a lot of questions and stuff, because I wasn't really, if I'm honest, interested in Islam. I was just like, okay, they believe something else, whatever. So at that point, all I thought was different is that they believed in Allah and we believed in God. Obviously now, you know, I know that it's one person, it's Allah, but at that point I kind of believed that they believed a different God. I don't know, it was just, you know, they were using a different name. I just assumed it was a different God. They believed something completely different to us. We had RA lessons in secondary school, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you, we didn't learn jack. We would go in, they would stick on a film that had nothing to do with religion, by the way, and just be like, oh, get on with it. They had like the posters on the wall. It was predominantly Catholic, but they would have, you know, little tiny posters of every other religion on the wall, you know, Judaism.